Foggy had asked about etching, how long it takes me to etch my logo. About 6 minutes, but the entire process, making the stencil, getting it on the blade, getting set up, probably about an hour. So here is Etching 101. I have a blade that I am currently ready to etch. As you can see, I have my logo on the blade with the stencil that has been made. The rest of the blade has been taped off to prevent the solution from getting onto it. Otherwise it will stain or start to etch the blade. My etching solution is homemade, and I'm just going to kind of keep my recipe to myself. I have a DC power supply, which I'm going to be running at approximately 16 volts DC up to 5 amps of current. I have my homemade applicator, which I will be putting a cotton makeup removing pad onto it. Let me pause the video, get the rest of the stuff set up, and we'll start it back up again. Alright, I'm back. That power supply is set at 17 volts. I got the cotton swab on my applicator, my solution. The blade is hooked up to the other end of the power supply. I'm just going to get my applicator good and wet and hold it on the blade. Hold it on there for just a little bit, and I'll pick it up and let it air out. As you can see, it is already starting to etch the blade. This process, like I said, it's going to take about 6 minutes to get the depth of the etch that I'm looking for. It is basically removing material. As you can see, every time I lift the applicator on and off the blade, you can see the current changes. Depending on the size of the logo, more current is going to go through the blade. If I'm real quiet, you may be able to hear the sizzling, but as you can see, it is starting to remove material. Every once in a while, I'll just dip back into my solution and back onto the blade. Really not a whole lot to it. Just a matter of figuring out how to do it. I did burn up one power supply by oops, but I will never make that mistake again. So, hey, shit happens. What are you going to do? Once I get to the depth that I'm looking for, what I'll do is I have a jug of Windex. I'm going to spray that onto the blade, and that will basically neutralize the etching solution that I use. I'll clean it up a little bit with a wire brush, remove the stencil, and it's all good. I'll take a couple of pictures once I get done, and I'll post them along with this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it answered some questions. Like I said, not a whole lot of rocket science here, just a matter of figuring out how to do it. And rather than buying a complete etching kit, I basically bought myself the power supply and made everything else myself. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know if you can see it or not, but every once in a while you'll see there you can kind of hear the sizzle. And again, depending on the size of the logo, a lot of times you'll see a lot of steam rolling off of it. That's it.